Welcome to iEmergent's Mortgage MarketSmart platform. We're going to talk about four things today: forecasting, diverse markets, realtors, and recruiting. So although MarketSmart can do many things, these are the four main areas we're going to concentrate on. So first is forecasting. What you're seeing right now is our forecast for the New York MSA by county. The blue counties represent less opportunity. The red counties represent more opportunity. So this is our view of what the market is going to look like in 2023. As you can see, if I click on one of these counties, such as Nassau, it's going to be a $6.9 billion purchase market. Once I figure out where the opportunity is going to be in the market, I want to get a little bit more granular. So I'm going to hide the county level view. And now I'm still looking at New York, at the New York MSA, but I'm going to look at it by census tract. Still the same concept: blue census tracts, less opportunity; red census tracts, more opportunity. But now you'll notice that the forecasting is by units. So these are the pockets of opportunity, these red and orange census tracts underneath those larger counties. Now, as a lender, I want to know, relative to this forecast, where I am located. So I'm going to add my lender branches, represented by the stars. And finally, I'm also going to add my 2022 purchase originations. So I can see here that each circle represents an actual purchase origination that I made in 2022. And immediately when I have these three pieces of information, the forecast, the branches, and the originations, I can do several things with this information. First is I can visually see where I might have potential gaps in coverage. So what do I mean by that? Well, here we have a branch, but we are not getting the most out of this specific area of the market. Sure, we've originated a handful of units in 2022, but if I show the forecast for 2023, we see 85 loans, 92 loans, 94 loans, 102 loans, 96 loans. So we easily have 500, 600 loans up for grabs in 2023, just to the northwest of our branch. And the idea is that, okay, one, we can reorient our existing LOs. So if we have an LO sitting in this branch, or a branch manager originating loans, we can tell those people, hey, it's great that we're originating loans kind of around the branch. Continue doing that. That's the gravy. But the real meat of the market for this branch is, for example, the areas to the northwest, also to the southwest, and maybe to the southeast a little bit. So one is reorient our loan officers. Two is potentially recruit additional loan officers. And we are able to tell those recruits that they're going to succeed because we are going to put them where the opportunity is. And we are going to support them by providing tools such as this so that they can capture that opportunity. And then finally, the third piece, or the third decision to make with this information, is potentially opening a branch closer to this opportunity. Now, the point is not to make any of these decisions one way or another. The point is to have the data at your fingertips in order to be able to make those decisions. So that is the forecasting piece. Now, let's talk about diverse markets. So I'm going to zoom back out. I'm going to hide our originations. I'm going to hide our branches just for now. And I'm going to remind you that what I'm showing you is the forecast for all borrowers. But with this tool, we can segment this market. So here is the opportunity for African-American borrowers in this market. You can see that it looks very different. The map looks very different. And there are, again, pockets of opportunity in different areas of the market. That's the same for if we were to look at the Hispanic opportunity in this market. where you can see, it spreads out a little bit more to different MSAs, and also different from the Asian opportunity. So now we can see that if we were to go after, for example, the Asian segment in this market, and I add my branches again on top and my purchase loans, that again, relative to the Asian segment, I'm missing quite a bit of opportunity in this market. So in addition to segmenting the market by race and ethnicity, I can also segment it by loan type. So here is the FHA opportunity in New York. And then finally by borrower type. So here is the LMI opportunity in New York. Actually, the purple census tracts here are LMI, or low to moderate income eligible census tracts. And again, I can isolate these. So I'm going to hide all of the other layers on the map. And again, I can add my branches and I can add my loans and see, well, am I getting all I can out of LMI segment in this market? And clearly you can see with some of these circles not in the purple census tracts that there is opportunity left on the table. In addition to being able to identify where these low to moderate income census tracts are, is we can quantify them. So just as before, now if we are concentrating on our LMI opportunity or our MMCT opportunity, if you will, we would be able to look at where there's the most opportunity first and go after that, and then make sure we're serving the rest of the market. Okay, so that's the quantifying the diverse markets. Number three, highlight of what we can do with this tool is look at basically the realtor and MLS listings. So here I'm going to add on top of the market, every diamond represents an MLS listing. And if I click on one of these, we'll be able to see the MLS number and the property street address, the list price, and now the agent name and contact information. So what's nice about this is that if I'm a loan officer, now I have a name, a place to start with a name and contact information. But right now I'm showing you the entire listings universe in the New York MSA. If I wanted to, I could filter this so that all we are seeing are the listings that fall within low to moderate income census tracts. And therefore, here are those listings that qualify. And everything that you see on the map is a visual representation of the data underpinning those visuals. So here is the actual universe, the 9,654 listings that all are in low to moderate income census tracts in New York. And I can export any information I see on the map. So now going back, we can make sure that we are indeed working with the best agents for our specific lending strategy. So as an example, I'm going back 1 year and looking at who the top real estate agents were in just Nassau County. So here I can see, Lawrence Theodore was #1, works with Coldwell or for Coldwell Banker, had 72 listings in the US, but 62 of those listings are in Nassau County alone. So you can see that Lawrence is a very local agent, works, the majority of his listings are in Nassau, versus the next person, Todd, who has many more listings outside of Nassau County. And so therefore, if I'm focusing on getting more business in Nassau, then Lawrence could be a much better fit than Todd, even though Todd has many more listings overall. What's nice about this table is that we can also do a specific breakout. So here I can pick LMI, and now I'll be able to see how many listings Lawrence had in LMI census tracts. So he had 62 listings overall, just like we saw, and he had 0 in low to moderate income census tracts. Therefore, if I'm trying to move the needle in low to moderate income business, working with Lawrence might not be the best thing. And then we can see that actually Todd had 16% of his loans in LMI census tracts. So you are able to look at the penetration rate for each agent. Another way to make sure you're getting the right referral sources is to think outside of the box and go beyond just agents. So for example, if we're looking again at this specific branch in this area, and this is an area we want to lend in, something else we can consider is what else in the community allows me as a lender to get closer to my end borrowers. One of the examples we've added into the platform are places of worship. So now each green square that you see represents a place of worship. And so if I wanted to lend in this area over here, and I click on this green square, I can see that this is the old ship of Zion Baptist Church in Englishtown, New Jersey. And therefore I can approach that leader and say, hey, we are lender X. We would like to sponsor an event that you may be having, or we would like to hold a home buyer seminar in order to be able to reach the folks that live in this area. In addition to places of worship, we have hospitals, schools, universities, housing nonprofits, veteran administrations and buildings, and other points. All that to be able to reach the end borrower. Okay, finally, let's go back to the map and let's talk about the feature number 4, which is the recruiting or hiring the best loan officers. Here we can look at a specific geography, and here I'm looking at the entire market, New York, in 2022, and I can tell these are the top loan officers in New York. So I can hide the filters so I have more real estate, but I can see here's Chris Gallo. Chris is more than likely a broker that works with multiple companies, but he did 433 million overall in the US and 846 loans overall. But in New York specifically, he did 415 million and 799 originations. So again, he is focused primarily on the New York market. So I can also do this same breakout for loan officers. So here I can click on MMI and hit refresh, and now I'll be able to see the number of loans that these top loan officers did in majority minority census tracts. So here's Chris Gallo again. Here are his 799 loans that he did in New York in 2022, but we can see that actually 362 of them were done in majority minority census tracts, or 45%. And therefore, if you were to recruit Chris, he might be a good fit if you're trying to improve your business to MMCTs. And in fact, he's a much better fit than, say, the number 3 lender, Barrett, or the number 3 LO, who only has 37% of his loans in MMCTs, or even the number 9 person, Mark, who only has 11% of his loans in MMCTs. And by the way, for recruiting purposes, if we said, you know what, I do want to talk to Justin, for example, I can click on Justin's name and hit refresh, and now I have Justin's production numbers, so I can tell how much business he's done. And underneath, I have the property level transactions. So these are each of the properties that he originated. And then if I want to call Justin, I can hit the contact info. I can see this is his branch location, and then I can click on the NMLS icon and just fill out the CAPTCHA from the website itself. And now I will have Justin's phone number of record, I will have his employment history, and I will have where he is licensed. So Recounting again, MarketSmart does a lot of things, but some of the best highlights are the forecasting aspect, the ability to quantify diverse markets, the ability to make sure that you're working with the right realtors and the right referral sources. And then finally, the ability to recruit and make sure that you're not recruiting just a warm body, but in fact, you're recruiting the right loan officer that matches your specific lending strategy. Thanks for watching.